Welcome to In the Lab with JV. Today, we're going to be making some sunscreen, homemade. Come on. All right, and for our ingredients, we have shea butter, beef tallow, argan oil, carrot seed oil, vitamin E oil, frankincense essential oil. We have some beeswax pellets, and we have our zinc oxide powder. We also have a couple jars as well for putting our sunscreen in. All right, so what you're gonna need is a pan here and also a mason jar. We're essentially gonna be creating a double boiler effect to cook down our ingredients. And we'll actually start by filling our mason jar with our ingredients. We'll start with our 1/2 cup of beef tallow. Okay, now that we have our beef tallow added, we'll go to our 1/4 cup of beeswax. Okay, now onto our oils. We'll start with our carrot seed oil first, and we're going to do 1 teaspoon. Then we'll add that to the mason jar. Next, we'll do a teaspoon of our argan oil and add that to our mason jar. Now we're going to do 2 tablespoons of our shea butter, and we'll add that to our mason jar. Okay, and now we'll move on to our essential oil. You can use whatever essential oil you like, but you want to make sure it's non-phototoxic so it doesn't hurt your skin in the sun. And we'll add 25 drops of this to our mason jar. And lastly, we'll add our vitamin E oil, 1/2 tablespoon to our mixture. Okay, and now we're ready to melt this down on the stove. You may have noticed we haven't added our 2 tablespoons of zinc yet, and we'll do that after we have melted these ingredients down first. Let's jump over to the stove. All right, now we're at the stove. We've got our pan. We're gonna fill this with a couple inches of water. We got our pan filled with a couple inches of water, and we're gonna put it on medium heat. And now we're gonna take our ingredients with our mason jar and set it into our pan. Essentially what we're doing is creating a double boiler, which you can use as well, to melt down our ingredients in our glass mason jar. So now we're going to wait about 45 minutes to an hour as this melts down, and you want to occasionally stir it as well to make sure the ingredients are mixed. After that time, once our ingredients are melted down, that's when we'll add our zinc oxide powder, which will give our sunscreen our 20 to 30 SPF range, and we'll mix that in slowly after it's melted and while it's cooling to make sure that it's properly mixed. So for now, sit back, stir, and we'll see you in 45 minutes. Oh, and one more thing, make sure to loosely add your mason jar lid to help melt the ingredients a little bit faster. See you in 45. Okay, so it's actually only been about 15 minutes. Much quicker than I thought, and our ingredients are melted down. So we're gonna go ahead and add in our zinc. Okay, so now I have my zinc oxide powder. I went ahead and turned down the stove a little bit. We wanna make sure it stays in liquid form. But now we're gonna go ahead and add our 2 tablespoons of our zinc oxide powder. Okay, now that we've added our zinc oxide powder, you want to make sure to thoroughly stir, as it's very important to mix this well. It's already starting to lighten up and take that whiter color. Okay, and now that all our ingredients are mixed together, we can go ahead and take this off the stove. Be careful not to grab too low as it can be hot on your hand. And we'll go ahead and transfer over our sunscreen to our containers. This creates about 8.6 ounces of sunscreen, and so I have 2 4-ounce jars here. And now we can go ahead and add our sunscreen to their final containers, where they will cool and become more of a lotion type liquid. All right, our sunscreens have settled and are now ready to go. These sunscreens can be used on your face or your hands or your body, anywhere you want to protect yourself from the sun. You can see that they've hardened up a little bit, and you can just take a little bit and it spreads easily, nicely on your arm, and you can see it massages in there with no white streaks left. It comes out to around $14 for the batch we created today, which is that 8.6 ounces. and you have yourself some sunscreen that'll last you all summer. Appreciate you watching and hanging out for In the Club with JV, and we'll catch you on the next one.